Republican Senator Pat Toomey serves on the Finance, Banking, Budget, and Joint Economic Committees. Joins us this morning from Capitol Hill. Senator, good to see you again.
Morning, Carl. Thanks for having me.
Is this going to go anywhere? I have a feeling you would like it to.
Well, I'd certainly like to see us do tax reform. I haven't had a chance to see the product that Chairman Camp is putting out. I'm looking forward to reviewing it. You know, we desperately need to reform our tax code. It's ridiculously complicated. It's unfair. The marginal rates are way too high. So it's a great opportunity to encourage economic growth and investment and job creation. It's a tough environment because we're not getting any leadership from the president on this, but I'm glad that David Camp is putting something on the table.
You know, we talk a lot about small business on this network, as you know, and I'm just thinking of all the things that are weighing on their decisions to create jobs, not only tax policy, the minimum wage, whatever health care will bring us down the road. What is the best thing you can tell them right now?
I think the best thing we can tell them is we might be heading towards a good election. Look, honestly, you know, small business and medium and large business, one of the biggest obstacles to growth is Washington, D.C. It's a ridiculous avalanche of regulations. It's policies that actively dissuade people from working. It's huge tax increases in the past, threats for more in the future, no constructive trade agenda, no tax reform agenda that's coming from, you know, this White House and the Democratic leadership in the Senate. So I really think the best news would be a good election so that we can move on these things and get the economy going again.
Senator, yesterday J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon talked about some of those headwinds coming from Washington, and he said that because of all the capital and because of all the regulation, that banks actually can't lend as much as they used to some of those businesses. What do you think Washington can do at this point to fix that?
You know, it's very hard. I think that's exactly right, and it's not just the big banks, it's especially little banks. I travel across Pennsylvania, and small banks tell me they're hiring more compliance officers than they are loan officers. This is just ridiculous. Frankly, I think we should repeal Dodd-Frank. It moves us in the wrong direction. It is counterproductive. It's absolutely making credit less available and more expensive. So, you know, this is difficult to do, obviously, in this political environment, but I'm going to keep pushing back on the excessive regulation.
Senator, you voted, I think you were a no on the debt limit. I don't think you're supporting, you supported Yellen's nomination. Are you standing in the way of clearing some of the uncertainty that small businesses say they may be up against?
I think the debt limit was raised. I think Janet Yellen is the chair of the Fed. So, but look, I don't apologize for wanting to get ourselves, our federal government, on a sustainable fiscal path. I think it's terrible policy to give the president the ability to borrow trillions of more dollars on top of the $17 trillion that we already have without a single shred of a reform. The president's refusal to even negotiate how we could make at least some modest reforms to out-of-control spending, I think, is very irresponsible.
Right. Well, we did see him and the speaker together yesterday. Maybe that's a sign of something new. We'll have to wait and see. Senator, thanks again.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Senator Pat Toomey joining us. By the way,